My first time I got into photography was, I remember it was like back in like 2013. It was like,
damn.
Yeah, back in 2013.
Shit.
This is when like Instagram was a thing, right?
Yeah.
And then I didn't know what to post. All I had to post was like memes or some dumb shit. I was a little bit self-conscious about myself back then, you know what I'm saying? So I saw this one sunset, right? I lived in a condo at the time, so I saw this little nice sunset out there, and I was like, this is kind of nice, so
yeah.
I should just take some photos. And I just kept doing that shit every day. And it was kind of silly because this is when hashtags were a thing too, so I would put hashtag sky, hashtag sunlight, yeah, hashtag sunset, hashtag sky.
Hashtag just girly things.
Most I get is like 20 likes out of that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then from there, it was just like, I just realized that I had to capture, like capturing the moment was just something that was really essential, you know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
So I just kept doing it every single day, and then it was just like, I just said, you know, I should probably try this one time. And then, this is surprisingly how I got into like photos, how I took it seriously, which is like, this is actually when Vine started dying and people started realizing 6-second videos were stupid. Mm-hmm. So they started hiring videographers, and I started seeing like their work actually their work quality in general was just improving off of that one. So I was just like, yo, I definitely gotta get a camera, man. Mm-hmm. So I got like a little Canon T5i, you know, the basic $200 Best Buy type of camera.
Yeah.
And I was just taking pictures of anything, shoes, my dad's car. Exactly. But yeah, that's how I got into it.
There we go.
Yeah, how'd you get into music, Tevin?
Oh, well, you guys know I'm a video maker and a rapper, so.
Oh yeah, we gotta
Let's go.
So actually, video making came first. You know, my family would tell me how when I was younger, I always want to mess with my grandfather's video camera. And then when I got older, you know, I just had like a simple Disney camera just to take pictures on. But then, you know, I was watching multiple movies, but I started to look at the behind the scenes aspect of those movies.
That behind the scenes right there really is like, you realize how much work they put into that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I admired, because it's like we're watching the actors, you know, in the movie and whatever, but you know, you start to appreciate the story and the work that goes behind it. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to, you know, be the person behind the camera, telling the story, like really putting in the work that people don't really get to see, because, you know, I feel like people should appreciate that more. So with that love, my mom bought me like a basic $200
You already know how
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just found myself making like little skits on YouTube, and I had like a little following.
Hey, there we go.
We all start with skits. I'm pretty sure did you have, like when you had YouTube, did you start it with skits?
Mine was vlogs, so pretty much like doing Philly shit, like going on rooftops or chasing the sunset like you. You know what I mean? Like I wanted to make something that like 70 years from then, or like when I'm 80 years old, like I could relive like the best moments in my life. You know, and you know YouTube's gonna exist forever, so let's hope.
That's like the game changer.
So like,
now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what else?
We're making videos, we're making content that our future selves gonna be thankful for. You know.
Not even our like kids and generations in our family could look back on.
Exactly, and the lessons we teach and like the emotion we invoke through our films or through our photos or through our music, you know, like
Yes.
I'm pretty sure your kids are gonna be listening to your raps one day and thinking like, damn, like this lyricism, what did you go through?
Yeah.
And then, you know, you're gonna be smiling.
You ever just like watch a scene from a movie, like ever just go to a movie theater and there's like that one favorite scene and you're like, yo, I hope they post this shit on YouTube one of these days, but I'm just gonna keep looking at it over and over again, you know what I'm saying?
What's that scene to you? Do you have a favorite one?
My favorite scene in a movie, dang, that's a good question.
It could be recent too, you know?
Okay, there's one, Euphoria, for example, that carnival scene, that little intro with the carnival scene, it was all shot in one take, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you know how they're expensive as hell, so they got this whole gaffle type of thing where they just go from like a close-up to an overhead to another close-up, and it's like, how the hell y'all do that, bro? It's a whole breakdown of how they do that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just keep looking at it over and over, and it's not really just about the technical aspect behind it, but it's about like, wow, that director really, that's his art right there. That's his craft right there.
Yeah.
So really, like, my whole goal for this whole thing is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can look back at my work and say, yo, I made that shit, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
That's always something I always want to end up doing. I just want to look back at my videos and say, yo, I really made that shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yo, Sadie's been popping off.
yeah.
People. So, oh my God, I met Sadie maybe 2 years ago,
Yeah,
right?
back at Temple.
And then before, like, that was like right when you're starting to get into it, right, or something like that.
It's
But
crazy. I had to do this podcast for one of my classes. Ray was the first person I interviewed.
Oh, that's
Let's
For
go.
real, for real.
Yeah,
And
that's
like
crazy.
even back then, like we were talking about like what some goals we had, like stuff that inspires us, and like yeah, I feel like how I really started getting into making art was kind of realizing that you can change the way people see the world.
Yes.
It's crazy how many people you guys know, it's crazy how many people I'll be like, wow, like look at the moon, look at the sky, and they're like,
Yes.
damn, like I never really look up. And like that's crazy.
Yes.
You don't look up. Like
Exactly.
we just saw a great sunset. You can
I'm
see
saying,
it's popping
bro.
off right now. Like
If
Shit.
that was like 8th grade, me, I'd be taking a picture of it right now with my
Exactly.
iPhone 4, bro. Yeah, that's just
Damn.
crazy, bro. But how'd you get into photography in general?
I remember when I was younger, I would be like scrolling through Tumblr for hours, and I was just so inspired
Same,
by all
same.
the photos and like just the emotion that it was able to create. And then I got my camera when I was like 17.
Oh.
So yeah, definitely like started later. But as soon as I got my camera, I knew like this is what I wanted to do, because it's crazy. Like kind of what I was just saying about the sky. It's like those little moments. It's
Yes.
like you know. It's there if you want to appreciate it, and you're making art for the people who are going to appreciate your work. Everyone's not going to appreciate it, but like
Right.
I feel like that's what really got me into it, is that I wanted to make work that changed how people see things. Like, wow, like that's so crazy that the moon is like glowing that bright, or like that the sky, like look at the way the sunlight is like radiating off of their face, and
That's
it's just
crazy,
like
so.
taking all those little elements that might be overlooked and like making art out of it.
Exactly. And it's like, growing up, I wasn't really that expressive with myself. Like, I couldn't really say something without sounding weird about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, with art, it's so crazy because that's like your visual way of just explaining things to people. You know what I'm saying? And you can sound as weird as hell about it as possible, but there's always some type of subliminal meaning about it, and people are always so curious with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's something I really appreciate about art in general. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's kind of like how I feel about my music, because like I like to speak on other things that a lot of other rappers wouldn't talk about, not just talking about money, drugs, and women and stuff like that. Like I like to touch on like social issues and like love and loyalty to my friends, like stuff like that.
Absolutely, man.
I think we don't hold back into putting our emotion into our, like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not gonna front. I've cried sometimes while I'm editing. Like the video be so like, be hitting that spot,
bro.
you know? I be like at 3 a.m. like,
Like, shit, I made that.
right? And like I feel with, all right, so we have Instagram and like how we're all conditioned to like likes and all this stuff. For me personally now, it's like comments and like the feedback of like the conversation that sparked from like something we create. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like I had people saying like, oh, this last video I made, it was like make it count, and like it just resonated with a lot of people, and people from like high school I never talked to in years reached out to me. Wow. So like the more you put your emotion into your work and the more transparent, like more people feel that. So if you're an artist out there, exactly.
Absolutely.
So definitely never hold back. And I feel like we've all been in situations where like we're very critical about our work, right? And like how people view it, you know what I mean? So like, is there any things that like you guys like do for yourself that like you don't like let anybody else's judgment or like criticism like affect your work?
No, that's a good question.
Like I always overthink my shit, you know what I mean?
Yes,
Like
absolutely.
there's so many videos I've made that like are so personal or like about this, or like I don't know how people are gonna react to it. So they stay in the archives,
Why is it
but
so damn personal about it? You know what I'm saying? It's
I know.
Like, I try to get that out of my head because realistically, it's just like the butterflies and the jitters coming at me right before I hit that post button. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just think like, look, at the end of the day, I'm making a content that has some type of quality behind it.
yeah.
And besides, people get like 500 likes just taking selfies and shit like that.
Yeah.
It don't mean it's good. And like you said, it's really about the interaction, the comments you get out of that.
Exactly.
Like, we literally met through like one of your videos you commented on. Bro.
Yeah.
It's like,
Damn.
yeah,
Well, a couple months ago or some shit like
That's
that.
how we met too. Just
Exactly.
like through Instagram and
I
shit.
didn't know anything. I didn't know you at all until you commented my shit. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
engagement right there is how you get it right there. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But
Yeah, something I try and do too is like, as much as social media is great and it's a great way to like connect with other artists and meet people, but sometimes I feel like to really appreciate my work, I have to take it out of the context of social media.
Yes.
I can't even tell you
Yeah.
how many times I'm not gonna lie, I have a second Instagram to make sure my feed looks good. So like, why do we do that? Like,
What's the
it's
point?
like, and I know I'm not the only one, but it's
Yeah.
like sometimes you like, I'll just like look at my pictures like in Lightroom or like in just like on my laptop and just be like, damn, like this is something like I created. Take it out of the context of social media. Who cares how many likes it gets or if it doesn't fit your theme that you're posting, like, and just like appreciate the art. And like we were saying before, it's like that's when the emotions start to come through and you can start to see like, why did the artist make this? Not because it's gonna match your feed or like, oh, this is gonna get more likes, like because you're expressing yourself and you're expressing how you feel and your emotions. Like that's when the good art, that's what separates, in my opinion, the art that can get a lot of likes for the art that like has longevity. And like you pull that picture up in 10 years, right? And you'll pull that photo up in 10 years and it's still a good piece.
What's up, man?
Sadie's been on fire lately. Like Sadie's been on fire. Like I hope you get like you post like mad but like you're putting it out there and like now you have a rep. Like you know like Sadie's like she's doing her thing. She's in her element. You know, and like you're the first person like portrait photography in Philly, like, oh, Sadie. And like I bet a lot of your peers, a lot of people in your like community, that's what you earned that shit.
Exactly.
So
that's true. You definitely gotta earn it.
Exactly. Yeah. You just gotta be resilient towards the likes and all that extra stuff.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because Instagram now, their algorithm's some trash. I'm not gonna lie. It's just
personally me. I try to stay like only to myself and not let social media bother me. Like, you know, it's easy to get caught up with seeing other people do what you do, but you gotta remember why you do it and why you feel like you stand out compared to everybody else.
Exactly.
So that's how I feel whenever I make like a song or a video, like just like what you said, like you can drop it now, but is it gonna still be relevant years later?
Exactly.
So I do want to switch to the next question since you're on that topic in terms of just like how the thing relates to you and how it impacts your life. Can y'all talk about what event made you want to take your talent seriously? Like if there's a specific shoot, a specific project you worked on that really like knocked that spark into place, you know?
I mean, I think like it wasn't really a singular moment, but more so like I fell in love, you know what I mean? I fell in love with photos and then videos, but like I was at a point where I was a nursing major. I graduated with it in 2019, and like my whole family, like my identity of myself even was like, I'm gonna become a nurse, you know? But you know, I fell so in love with like the game and just like, even like the business side of it, and, like just like the networking, like the opportunity to meet like creatives like you guys, and like a shoot doesn't feel like work at all. And I stay up, be thinking like just like what my next video idea is. So like I knew that was my calling, and it took a while to like take that leap of faith, but a year later, it's the best decision I've ever made. So
that leap of faith is really the biggest one. It's really just that big. Is that really that big unique moment right there?
Yeah.
Really,
no one knows you like you do.
Yes.
That's what I keep saying to myself.
Yes,
you know. So.
And now that you say that one, pretty much that one event where I knew I wanted to be a photographer or just a creative in general, it was actually like it was 2017, right? It was like it was our senior week, and we had this little color war between each class. Like seniors would wear black.
I remember that.
Juniors would wear white and stuff like that one. And I had a camera in my bag, and people were wondering, yo, who's gonna take the whole class photo, right? We did this in the gym.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, and the thing is, I'm really shy. I don't really stand out like that. I didn't really have to.
Damn, really?
Yeah, I didn't have like.
Now he'd be like the freaking. He got that charisma on lock.
See, when you're doing what you love.
Yes,
Exactly. That's a huge thing, because I remember when I was a nurse in clinical, like I would always be anxious and like things would feel forced, but like when I'm just doing this, things just flow.
Exactly.
It feels like water, you know what I mean? Like
it feels like this is not just a 9 to 5 to you, you know?
Yeah.
It feels like you're actually putting in your energy, your calories into that shit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah, so pretty much, yeah, it was senior week, or not senior week, it was spirit week, and pretty much they needed someone in the gym to take a whole class photo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, I have a camera in my bag, I guess I can take a photo. And then and they're like, oh, they all just looked all surprised and shit like that, right? So I was like, all right, I'll get up here and I'll put my camera on and shit like that and hold it up there.
Whole class watching you, you're like, all right.
No, let me tell you, bro. Oh my God, it was the most stressful. It was like giving a speech in front of the whole world. That's how
Yeah. You're like jumbling.
No.
Hey, but that picture came out fire though.
Nah, bro, I'm telling you, bro. Everyone was telling me, take the photo. I took one. Take another one. What are you doing? Take one on my iPhone. And I'm like,
oh God.
Oh no.
That's like
too many iPhones.
That's equivalent like a girl going up to a DJ like, hey, can you put this song on? Like, no, I'm in my element. Don't.
Yes. But I took the photo, and it wasn't. I mean, like I said, it was 2016, so I wasn't done. I said 2017, but it was 2016. And I was an amateur at the time, but everyone liked it though, and it was just like it was an electrifying moment for me because it was just like something, and that's why I see photography and videos. It's like something personal to myself because it's just something that helped me grow to this day. To be honest with you, just being able to take that big leap of faith, you know what I mean? And I was just like, wow, everyone fucks with it. And I had to keep going further with that one. It just shows right there that I definitely got to just keep pushing and just whatever it takes, whatever against any odd that might come about. I just have to do it anyways because you might not know where that leap of faith will take you to. You know
Exactly. I got a question for all of you guys. So all right, so we're talking about like that stage one, like where we were. For you, was that moment at like taking that picture of your class. If you could talk to your younger self right now, what would you tell them?
Stop trying to fit in.
Absolutely, man.
I mean, I was always the type of person who like I wouldn't mind standing out. I not necessarily like wanted the attention on me, but I just wouldn't mind standing out. But I would like only stand out enough to a point where like I was still fitting in, if that makes any type of sense. And now like I don't know, as I grew up, I feel like the only way to be remembered is to stand out, and that's really I think. Work, you know, in this social media age, we see so much work every single day. We see so many pictures, so many videos, and the content kind of just starts to blend together. But I feel like when you really take your business to the next level is when you stop trying to do the same thing that everybody else is doing. You really just do follow your style. You have make the art that you're most passionate about, and that's when like people start, oh, look at this person, they're doing something different. Look at that video technique. That's something I haven't seen before. So yeah, stop trying to fit in. Stop trying to do just what everybody else is doing. Even when you find your passion, you know, break out into your field. Do something new.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because it's like at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself, am I really making myself happy if I'm impressing someone else? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And it's like you gotta find you gotta find some identity for yourself and see what makes you like what makes you happy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like when I first started photography, I would see like photographers like Brandon Waffel, you know, the photographer with the prism and shit. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm
those moody tones.
Exactly. And I always would copy off of that dude. And yeah, it got me somewhere. People liked it, but at the end of the day, I was just like, this is really what I like. I mean, after a while, it became a cliche, and I was just like, let me find something else. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you could take those techniques and like make it into your style.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think like none of us are studying what we're doing right now, right?
No.
Like
I'm a communications
no,
major.
exactly. So it never felt like work to us, you know. But like what we did was like we learned through the power of observation. So like for Brandon Wolfel, is that his name? Like all these people that inspired you, like they kind of molded you, and you took what you wanted to, like from everybody's practice and made it your own. And like, you know, one day, eventually, even now, like people are looking up to you as their Brandon Wolfel.
Yes,
you know. So proud of you, bro.
Proud of you.
You're gonna make me cry.
Why you got a weed today, bro?
I'm gonna get my coffee though. Switch it up.
Let me switch up to the last question then, since we got one more to
Wait,
close
did everyone
out.
else answer them?
What?
Did everyone else?
Oh, did everyone hit on theirs? I don't know if you guys.
My boy right here. We can't leave out my boy Tevin.
Wait, remind me.
He's like, what was the question?
What event in your past time made you realize that you want to do this in the future?
Oh, easy. As far as video making, like I said, I used to make skits. And when I first started to see those comments saying like, oh, this video is funny, this made my day, and like just all the comments, the likes, and people seeing like, are just basically receiving my work pretty well when I didn't see that like that much of a big deal. That made me want to keep going, because at the end of the day, I just want to entertain people. That's what I love the most, just seeing people have a good day from what I made. And then even with my music, I'm not gonna lie, when I first started, I was kind of trash. But as I kept growing my skill and studying rap and stuff like that, and like we said, the inspirations, I got inspired off of like Kendrick, Drake, and J. Cole. Once I started to mold myself and started talking about like real things, people would start messaging me and saying that the song made them feel better, that they could relate to
That's
me.
a dope feeling right there.
Damn, man.
Yeah.
Damn, save those, bro. I usually screenshot those meetings meaningful messages and I put it in like a folder.
Yes.
Cause like, and one day when I'm like feeling upset about my shit or feel like I'm like in a plateau, I just like read those, you know?
Yeah.
So-
It's crazy how much you impact people that you don't even realize who like
For real.
see your work, and they, especially Rhudd, like you always be inspiring people to
Bro,
just
I
break
know
out
what
of their
you
comfort
have.
zone and do something different.
Absolutely.
For real though. Like in
Absolutely.
any of your videos, you can just see like that sense of adventure and like, you know, I mean, look at what we just did, sneaking up here and getting in the elevator and shit. It's like, you know, there are no rules when you're
Yeah.
creating.
Yeah.
It don't matter, bro. We creating, bro. A lot
Same
of
thing.
what?
Same thing with my boy Al. Like he inspires me because I kind of work off of energy, like off of other people. Like you guys give me good energy, and I've known him since high school, and it felt good meeting someone that likes creating things that not a lot of people usually like to. So
Damn, bro.
when I see him work, it just makes me want to work more because I want us to grow together.
Absolutely, man.
Damn, that touched my heart just hearing that, man. You better hug right now, man.
Love it, man. I love it.
Shit.
Yo,
What is it about this craft that makes you personally want to go further?
Well, it's really just the fact that I was able to inspire people, really. I like growing up, I was always just a follower, you know what I mean? I just never had a sense of identity or just a sense of like purpose. And then it's like when I hear people like Tevin, people from my team, like when they tell me like I really shaped the future or something like that, I'm just like, damn, that's actually pretty cool right there when people say some stuff like that, because it's just like, I never see myself as a leader, some type of inspirator, some guy who actually inspired people, but it's just, I guess, what you do resonates with other people, you know what I mean? Like, just the energy you give off just shows that, like, people want to be a part of that one, you know what I'm saying? It's not really just about the words you say, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I guess, you know what I mean?
You a king, bro.
Yeah, exactly. I guess, like, the fact that, I guess people like push me, because I feel like, especially in this type of field, this creative field, bro, it's really easy to get discouraged by people ahead of you, and it's not the people ahead of them. It's not their fault. They've been in the same shoes you've been in, and like they have a little bit more experience. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, you know what I mean? I feel like you should have that support group. And like you guys are like my people, you know what I'm saying?
Hell
yeah, man.
Like I fuck with y'all. Like I will definitely help you, and I'll definitely ride with y'all till like the end.
Dude, I love our phone calls. The other day, me and Al were on the phone for like over an hour, just like talking, man.
We'll have, I was about to go to sleep, but then I had to call you because your video was dope, bro.
Oh,
So
man.
I was like, yo, bro, I don't give a fuck about y'all. Bro.
Yeah, shit was like 3 a.m. by the end of it.
Exactly. Like,
Damn.
Like Tevin inspired me too. Like he would always just say like, always like just try something. Don't give a fuck about it, because that was something about me that you pretty much picked up when we first met, actually.
Yeah.
Like just don't judge something at all. Like just try something. So like once I gave this stuff a try and just kept moving no matter what, like against all odds, bro, I was just like, yo, I just gotta keep pushing, bro. It's like not about, there's not like, remove what ifs, remove like what if I fail out of your head, you know what I'm saying?
You ain't gonna.
Yeah.
I literally, like, it took me a while, but I had to rewire my brain to like believe that I'm gonna have a production company that's, making lives better and stuff like that. But like I already believe it, you know what I mean? And sometimes you just gotta like rid of like your old identity and just like truthfully just believe in that for yourself.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
hell yeah, you can't hold back.
yeah.
You can't. You just gotta keep pushing it. A wise guy always says, keep pushing forward no matter what. So I'm just like, all right, that's what's up. Just keep pushing. Don't look back. That's all it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
For sure.
How about you guys? I know something pushes you. Either one of you two.
I
bro.
think for me, it would really have to be like, as much as I love inspiring people through my work, like, like I was talking about before, like them seeing something and like appreciating the world in a different way. But I think what drives me to keep doing this, to wake up and want to do this every day, it's really the community.
Yeah.
Like, especially like all you guys like coming together and, making this project. And like, I've worked with models before who, it's crazy, sometimes like if the shoot falls through, like you meet up with someone and you talk about stuff and then it just doesn't end up happening. And I just feel like, maybe we weren't meant to work together, but then the people that I end up working with who are like so grateful, like, wow, like you really brought my vision to life, or like, thank you for like, wanting to shoot me and stuff like that. And I think that it's really like, I don't know, when I first was like coming to college, I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was in school for business management. Like, I had no idea what I wanted to do. And like, just finding this whole community, like, I felt like I really found my purpose. Like, that I'm supposed to be an artist and I'm supposed to make meaningful work. But in addition to that, it's like, I'm supposed to build this community of other artists, and like, we can all help each other. We can all, like, you know, we all have our own skill sets. We're all creatives, but we're all great at different things. So I feel like it's really, that's what it's about at the end of the day.
Exactly. We're just that push that we need. Like, we're just like, you guys, for example, you guys are really the push I need to like push that, like keep going. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we all need that support group to like just help you like push up. You know what I'm saying? Because people, and it's so sad because people see this field as like a competition type of field. You know what I'm saying? And it's really not like that. It's really sad that people think that way because really a lot of like. Me and Ray, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Like, back in 2018, I was like, yo, this man's so good, bro. I gotta do better than him, bro. I really was on that shit, bro. But I was just like, yo, bro, let me actually hit this guy up and say what's up to him. You know what I'm saying? Just get to know him. And it's like, he just reciprocates good energy. And I'm just like, yo, we gotta work together one of these days. You know what I'm saying?
Now y'all are building together.
Yeah,
exactly. You see the art we make together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of competing, like a lot of people don't realize, it's better to collab because you don't know what you could make together.
A greater sum than what if it would have been just yourself, you know?
Exactly.
Because like there's things we're all positive assets in like our own different ways, and like for this, Al could have just sat in front of the camera and told his like, you know, everything we're spitting, but like us four and all these ideas coming together, like we realize like, damn, we all been through it, you know, and we're all still going through it, and it's hard.
It is.
Like the reason what pushes me to like keep creating is because I've been in a situation where like I believed in the stereotype that like artists, like, you know, like if you study art, you're not gonna make much money or some shit like that. But like that's wrong. You know, that's wrong. like especially now in like the digital era that we're in.
There's so
you know what I
many
mean? There's so many opportunities, especially with the pandemic. Like everything is like we're marketing pretty much in a way. But like I don't even see it like that. I just see it as like, you know, creating. Yeah. But I just want to be that person because I was at a point. I remember. I'll be real. Like after graduation, like I was so low because I wasn't getting a nursing job. And then the business wasn't doing great yet. So like, I was like, what the hell am I doing? I was like crying in my shower. Like I always think back to that kid crying in his shower. And like, I wish I could tell him like, damn, like in 2 years and 1 year, like you're gonna be making more than like what you thought could have been possible. And like, even with us, like we're all just gonna help each other out through that, through our careers. Cause like we're early on and we're young, but like if we were already committed to this craft already, like, goddamn, it's a beautiful life.
Think about people like Mark Zuckerberg, like all the, like you ever see like old photos like just like CEOs and stuff like that, and they just have a group of friends and shit like that.
Yeah.
Imagine this right now. You
Like
know what
Steve Jobs in the basement with the people around him. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's really us.
This is that basement right now.
Exactly.
This is that moment. I'm sure in like 10 years we'll be looking back at this.
Hell
Right?
yeah. And that's really how you gotta think about it. Like I feel like especially nowadays, people use everything as an excuse not to create. Like, you know, like I don't know, they're always like, oh, my work doesn't get enough likes, oh, it's a pandemic, you know, like any type of like, oh, like why, any type of reason to like hold themselves back. But you really just gotta go for it. You just gotta send it. You know, who cares if you thought you were gonna be a nurse your whole life? Like this is where your passion is, and you just gotta follow that. And you can't overthink it. You can't, you know, oh, what if? Like what if something great happens?
Exactly.
What if you're making a lot of money doing what you love? What if you're continuously inspiring people? Like think like that.
Yes, absolutely. That's what's up.
And you know, the thing that pushes me is just like what I said earlier, just, you know, seeing people be entertained. And you know, I also kind of have to push myself sometimes just because
It's like that.
you guys probably noticed, but even though y'all are more established in your fields than I am, but you know those early stages where like you're not seeing too much traction yet, but what keeps me going is that I've always been a hardworking person, and like I know eventually people are going to see the work that I put out there. Like I get the comments now, but I can see like maybe someday like some kid is gonna come up to me and say, Tevin, you know, you inspired me to make music or make videos or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, dude, you just hearing you and like talking to you today, like you were just, that's some real shit. Like especially when you guys were talking like a couple minutes ago, like that, I felt that. So like we're all just inspiring each other right now. So
Exactly, man. Like I said, we can make so much just out of a coalition rather than just like and then like just competing against each other. Like I can't compete with you, man. Like, you're just too cool of a person to be around. You know what I'm saying? I just can't. That's what's up. I can't, man. That's like, I just can't do that, bro. Like, I'm just always always about uniting. I was just always about being part of a union.
You're the reason why we're here right now. You brought this together, man.
Yeah.
So, my boy. Damn. So, I mean, should we wrap that up? Is that a good
step?
Yeah. Yeah. This is number 1.
Yeah, stay
Come back on camera. Come back on camera. Al. Yo. All right. So he's like, yo, fuck y'all. All right. Yo, that wraps up our first time doing this, and it's not the last. Let me tell you.
Definitely not the last.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this a whole series.
Hey, let's go. What do we call this? Yo, all right. If you guys have a name for this series, drop a comment. Let us know. All right.
I can't think of one off the top of my head, so yeah, please do so. But yeah, it's a wrap.
All right, yo. Hug it out. Come here.
Bring it in, team.
Love y'all.
Love you guys.